Hey friends, how are you? Hope you're well. I'm here today to do a tag video. I haven't done one of these in forever. And I saw this one and I like the sound of it. It looked fun to do. And then I tried to find the books for it and I was like, okay, this could be slightly harder than I expected, but never mind. The reason I'm in a different location, I'm actually in our sitting room at the moment, but my computer's charging and I just couldn't be bothered to unplug it, take it upstairs and plug it back in up there. So I just decided, right, I'm just going to make use of sitting on the sofa, having the house to myself, and doing this tag. So this was originally done by the Naughty Librarian. I will try and find her channel and put a link to her video down below. So question 1, flowers. All the flowers we remember are blooming again. Pick a book that's a fresh take on a retelling. And I chose for that Legend Born by Tracy Dion. This is a retelling of the King Arthur story. So Legend Born is the first one. I really did enjoy this one. This is to do with a 16-year-old Bree who is very bright, and she goes to university on one of these residential programs for bright high schoolers. And there she witnesses a magical attack and then joins a group that she thinks may have something to do with her mother's disappearance or her mother's death, and so she kind of infiltrates this group meaning to find out more, but various things happen and she could be more than she thinks she is. So I really enjoyed it. I have the second one, I think it's called Bloodmarked, that I hope to read soon, but no, I really enjoyed that one. Next, question 2, Cadbury Mini Eggs. Obviously the superior springtime candy of choice. I'm not sure about that. I have to say it's probably not my choice, but for the questions, pick a book that you consider to be a sweet treat. And for that, I chose An Amish Christmas Bakery. It's an anthology by Amy Clipston, Beth Wiseman, Kathleen Fuller, and Kelly Irvin. I haven't read this. I read this one a number of years ago, but I remember really enjoying it. The fact that it's Amish is going to be sweet. The fact that it's set in a bakery, you're going to have sweet treats. So I thought that this fitted the prompt absolutely brilliantly. Question 3, allergies. Seasonal allergies often make our eyes water. Pick a book that made you cry. Anne of Green Gables by L.M. Montgomery. I'm sorry, Matthew's death had me in absolute floods, and it still does. Every time I read it, I still cry. So it's probably one of the books that, yes, it will make me cry. There are loads of other books that if I think about it, then possibly I will cry, but yeah, this one just, it tugs the heartstrings for me. Question 4, spring clean. Out with the old and in with the new. Pick a book to unhaul. And I know that one of my friends, when she sees this, is going to be, no! But I'm afraid. The Diviners by Libba Bray. I started reading this over the weekend and I got 180 pages into it. And I like some of it. I will say I like some of it. I found it very creepy. I did not like the occult references. That was just really putting me off. I think without those, I would have absolutely devoured this book because it was like 1920s flappers, New York City. You know, it really was speaking to me, except for the occult bit, and I just found that really creepy, and I just didn't gel with me. So I'm afraid it's going. Spring break. It's the perfect time for an adventure. Pick a book involving a road trip. Okay, now this is a series and each of the characters goes on a trip, okay? And that is The Seven Sisters by Lucinda Riley. So in the first book we meet all the sisters just a little bit once their father has passed away, but each book consequentially deals with one of the sisters, and their father leaves them a clue to their origin, you know, their place of birth, place of, I'm going to say their place of birth, and you know, each sister decides to find what their heritage is, etc. In the first book, Mia ends up in Brazil, and her life, the people in her past, deal with the making of Christ the Redeemer statue in Rio de Janeiro. Really, really loved the first book. I've read the second and the third. Really enjoyed them. So yeah, so these are my road trip books, guys. Number 6, mating season. It's that time of year in the animal kingdom to make babies. Pick a book with some smutty delights. And you know me, I'm not one for smut or things like that, but I was sent this book. I won it in a giveaway, and I actually did really enjoy it, and that is Her One Night Proposal by Catherine Garbera. So we meet Iris, who needs a date for a wedding, and she meets Zach, and there is an instant chemistry, and he goes with her. It's actually their story. It was really, really nice. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I liked, yes, there was some smutty bits in it, but it was very well written. And I mean, I'm not normally a Desire reader. It's, you know, but I did enjoy this one. I thought it was really interesting. I liked the dynamics between the characters. I liked sort of seeing them learn more about each other. So yeah, so I did enjoy this one. Number 7, rainbows. I just feel like spring is made for frickin' rainbows. Pick a book featuring an LGBTQ plus character. And actually, it's the book I'm reading at the moment. I haven't finished it yet, but it's One More Christmas at the Castle by Tricia Ashley, and one of the main characters in this is gay, and I really am enjoying it. It's you've got loads of different characters, and I think it's just really, really nice, and it works very well. As I say, I'm only how many pages in? I'm 92 pages in, but no, I am thoroughly enjoying this one. Number 8, Spring Awakening. This is one of my all-time favourite musicals. Never heard of it, I have to say. Even though it's filled with completely dysfunctional characters. Pick a book that is also filled with completely dysfunctional characters. I don't have a copy of the book because I actually read it on my Kindle, but I have the others in the series. And I'm going to pick A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J Maas because the characters in that are dysfunctional. There are lots of, the main character and her sisters are dysfunctional, and I just really, really liked it. I liked that whole series very much. So yeah, so that's the book I'm gonna choose for that. Number 9, In Like a Lion and Out Like a Lamb. Pick a book series that didn't get better as it progressed. Now, I've read both of the books. The first one is called Daisy's Christmas Gift Shop, and the second one is Daisy's Summer Mission by Hannah Pearl. They're okay, but I wasn't totally blown away with them. I was, they were a nice read, but I would say that the characters didn't endear themselves to me any more in the second book than they did in the first book. And yeah, it's alright. And the last one is number 10, Fun in the Sun, Tag Some Friends. I'm just going to say, if this is a tag that you fancy doing, that you've enjoyed the questions, of which I will leave them down in the comments section below, or in the description bar down below. If you enjoyed this tag and you want to do it, I would really appreciate it if you did. If it appeals to you, do it. If you don't have a YouTube video, YouTube channel, but you still want to answer the questions, please do so in the comments. I'd love to know your answers. But if you do decide to do this tag and make a video of it, please come back and let me know so that I can watch it. I can see what your answers are. But I hope you've enjoyed this tag. It's been fun doing it. It's been fun actually trying to think of books that fit the prompts. As I say, some of them weren't very easy for me to find, but I think I've given you a wide choice anyway, which I think is a good thing for these tag videos, not just to sort of maybe stick with what everybody else is doing. So hopefully I've given you a few books here that you like the look of from the cover, and that you'll go and read. I'd really love to know, actually, are there any of the books that I've sort of shown you or mentioned that you would love to sort of go and read now that you've seen them. But until my next video, friends, stay safe, happy reading. Bye.